Each person's particular Keros was the province of three sisters called the Fates, also called the Morai. They were offspring of the Titans, and they existed basically apart from the Olympian gods. The Olympian gods had no dominion over them. The three sisters were known for basically being cruel and merciless. Your fate was your fate. The only choice you had in life was how you chose to meet your particular fate, whether you met it bravely, coming head on at it as Hector did finally in the end, or whether you tried to run and hide, as we'll see when we look at Oedipus Rex in the next module. The first of the three sisters' name was Clotho. Clotho was the spinner. The metaphor that they used was the notion of spinning a thread of life. So Clotho was the spinner. She was the one who spun your particular thread of life. The second sister was Lachesis. Lachesis was the measurer, sometimes called the dispenser of lots. Lachesis was the sister who measured out how long your particular thread was going to be. Atropos was the one of the three sisters that you did not want to see. Stephen King wrote a novel called Insomnia, in which the three fates sort of make an appearance. And as one of the characters says about Atropos, of the three, Atropos is the bitch. She is the one that you do not want to deal with, because she is the one who cuts your thread of life at your particular moment. Whatever our particular Keros is, Atropos is the one who initiates that process. And the thing you keep in mind with all this, as it relates to Hector and Achilles, is Hector meeting Achilles out in front of the Scaean gates. That's his Keros. That's his fated moment of time. And in the end, his resignation to that, his acceptance of that, his decision to fight to the end, to try to win, but knowing that he's probably going to lose, and also knowing that when he falls, the other dominoes will start to fall. Remember that for Hector, the main reason he fights is not for glory, although he certainly enjoys the glory and the fame and fortune that being the greatest warrior on the Trojan side brings. It's not for money. It's not for some vague sense of homeland as some idealized patriotism. But he fights for his family. And in particular, he says he fights for his wife and his son. And he knows that the dominoes will start to fall, that when he falls, eventually the city of Troy is going to fall. And when the city of Troy falls, that means the end of freedom for his wife, as she'll be taken off into slavery, and probably the end of life for his son. He knows that's out there. But instead of curling up in a fetal position, which I might be prone to do if that was something I was facing, instead he faces his fate head on, bravely. And in the end, for the Greeks, that is the greatest courage. When your particular Keros appears, do you stand? Do you stand courageously, steadfastly, or do you run? And in the end, that's why Hector is a hero. Not because he wins, not because he beats Achilles, but because he simply stands and fights to the end.